As you know, we're here, we presented this petition, but we're here related to the Chris Pentico situation. But this is not about Chris Pentico specifically. We are requesting that the governor issue an executive order that says that the trespass statute that Chris was convicted under clearly does not apply to public property. Number one. Number two is we would like the governor to come up with policies and procedures that respect due process and the constitutional right of people to come visit the representatives, and under what situations, what circumstances can somebody be asked to leave public property, that they have a right to appeal, and that generally, unless a person's an immediate threat, they should not be asked to leave unless an impartial tribunal issues an order that says that they can't come. I think it's very clear, despite what the court said and what the Supreme Court said, that a reasonable person reads Idaho Code 18-7008, paragraph 8, it only applies to private property. The situation we have now, based on the court's holding, is that any supposed agent of the state can tell a person to leave, does not have to give a reason to leave, and if the person reappears within a year, they can be arrested for trespass. Obviously, if you trespass on someone's private property, they don't have to have a reason to kick you off. But we have a right to be in the legislature, in any public building that's open to the public. That is our reason for being there. And Chris was exercising his First Amendment rights. Anyone who goes to the legislature to talk to a legislator or to an executive to talk to an executive, they're exercising their First Amendment rights. To have the power of a police officer or anyone, and the question is, who is an agent of the state who can tell somebody to leave? But to have that power to say that a person has to leave and can be arrested for trespass is a flagrant violation of the First Amendment. And the Supreme Court, in the Corson case that was discussed, even said, assuming that a criminal trespass prosecution is filed pursuant to 18-7008, paragraph 8, against a person on public property who is exercising his or her free speech rights, the statute could be attacked as applied to that constitutionally protected conduct. So, as the judge pointed out, or the attorney for Chris Pentico pointed out, when the statute was challenged in a previous case, the magistrate determined it was unconstitutional. On appeal, the district court judge determined it was unconstitutional. And in the Supreme Court, Justice Kidwell determined it was unconstitutional. So there's definitely a lot of grounds there to say that the statute is at least ambiguous as applied to public property. But we want the governor to clarify what, that citizens have the right and under what circumstances they can be removed. And we want it to state clearly that, a legislator's claiming that somebody made them nervous is not grounds to banish somebody for 1 year. We would also like the governor to look into the possibility of issuing an order that encounters between the public and government officials should be videotaped, so that there is no question as to what occurred during any encounter. So, for instance, if somebody made an appointment to come see you or the governor or the head of health and welfare, everyone knows up front this is going to be videotaped. And that way it doesn't have to come down to a he said, she said type of situation where somebody can simply claim that there was a threat when clearly there wasn't. So these are our basic concerns, because as citizens of this state who are involved in the political process, we see the horrible potential for abuse in this trespass statute. And we would also like the governor to issue Chris a pardon, notwithstanding that he received a withheld judgment. But I think under the facts and circumstances, a pardon is warranted for Chris. And that's generally what we're here to say. That's what the petition says. I'd like a response from the governor on that, which you've already said that he will address it.
Certainly. Well, sure appreciate all you coming out here today. And as I mentioned earlier, the governor would be happy to give you a written response. I'd like to send that to you, and then on behalf of everyone, you can get that to them.
We will do that, and we'll examine that, and hopefully we'll find it sufficient, but if not, we will be back to redress our grievances at that time.
Okay, well, I'll make sure he gets this.
Sir, may I just comment? There's, in about a day's notice, there's 250 people that showed up at the courthouse. There is more than 30 people interested in this. We, have jobs, and a lot of us can do this. Just I don't want this to reflect, the interest in this type thing, and so that's just all I'm going to say.
Well, whether it's 1 or 100, the governor takes it seriously.
Okay,
So
thanks.
thank you.
Thank you
Anything
very
else?
much.
When can we expect a response from the governor?
I would expect about a week from now.
Okay.
And I need to get your contact information
We'll
before
go
we
with
go.
you to give you.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
All right, thanks.